Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. Well, here we are. It's Saturday night, and you know what that means? Time for our Saturday night seance. I tell you, I've had a busy day. I've been out running errands today, and it's doing readings and just trying to catch up on everything. But it's been a good day, and everywhere I've been going today, people are asking me about my shirt. It seems to be getting a lot of attention. In fact, I'll show it to you guys. Some of you have seen this before. I've had this for a long time, but haven't worn it in a while. This is my mantra shirt. It's from India, and it says Om on it. And it's kind of cool. It's got big designs on it. I'm enjoying it today. It makes me feel very spiritual. And today I'm wearing my silver fish pendant. Yesterday's video, by the way, if you didn't see yesterday's video, you got to check that out. That's in the queue right before this one. We talked about aliens from Alpha Centauri star system. You got to see that if you haven't seen it. It's pretty neat. Yesterday I was wearing my little goldfish pendant. I have a fish that's done in gold. This is my other fish pendant, which is done in silver. Isn't that cool? And he's got little, let's see if you can see it here, little red ruby eyes. Isn't that cool? It's hard to see. It's wiggling. It's what we call an articulated pendant, so it moves. Isn't that fun? See? Anyways, you know me. I'm crazy about jewelry and anything exotic and strange. It's got my attention. Today I've been wearing my love bracelet and just really enjoying it. Say goodbye to having a good day. And of course, I wouldn't forget to include you in my day, which is a very big part of my day. So we're going to have our seance tonight. I want to welcome all the new subscribers. We've had a lot of new people join this last week. Welcome to Spirit Channel. This is our Saturday night tradition. And for all of our regulars here, you can tell people who are new, have questions, what this is about also. But every week we gather and we have a little seance. I am a trance medium. And that means that I'm a channel, a trance channel, sometimes it's called. I go into a trance state, and when I'm in my trance state, the spirits that I work with overshadow my consciousness, and they take control basically of my body's nervous system and physical functions. It looks a little strange, but trust me, it's nothing scary. It doesn't hurt. In fact, it's very peaceful. It's like, when I'm trance channeling, it's like I'm in a nap. I'm just like zoned out, and stuff's coming through me. I don't really know what's happening a lot of times. Sometimes I'll hear a snippet of it. But it's kind of like when you're laying on the couch, watching TV, and you're just sleeping, drifting off, and you're hearing the TV, people talk, but you're not really connected. You know what that's like? Well, anyways, that's what it's like when I trance channel. So I'm in a trance state. And, for those of you, I've had some people write and say, Bob, we're scared. Are you getting possessed? No. Channeling is not possession. Possession is when a spirit forcibly takes control of a body against somebody's will and just dominates them, and they destroy them. Channeling is in a partnership, and it's where I say to the spirit people, I want to work with you. Let's blend our energies. And when they come closer, I let them take control, but they never force their way. It's an agreement. We work together, okay? So nothing scary. But I can see how people who are not familiar with channeling may be a little freaked out by it. First time I saw channeling, I was absolutely amazed. I was like, oh my God, because you could feel the spiritual presence in the room. And this is one of the things that doesn't always translate through the internet, but many people have sat with me in person, say, wow, when you channel, it's like power is coming through the room and it's a shift of vibration. And I really, if you're in person, you can feel that. Well, anyways, today, thank God for modern technology. It allows us all to be together. By the way, it looks like it's going to storm. We just got some big clouds rolling in and lightning, thunder. Now maybe you could hear that. So hopefully it doesn't knock out our power. Keep your fingers crossed. But you know what? I love a good electrical storm. It just raises the vibration. So, anyways, before we get into this, because I always forget at the end, if you enjoyed tonight's seance, definitely pop over to my website. I'll put the link in the info box below at robert-hickman.com and pick up my book, Messages from Rose. I think you might enjoy that. It's one of my books about my life and work as a medium, as a trance channel. And it's about how I met my spirit guide. Hopefully she'll be here tonight. I never know. You know, when I channel, I don't know who's going to show up, or if anybody. But we always hope, and the spirit people are good. So, yeah, but check out my book over my website. I think you'll get a lot of enjoyment out of that. And if you've already read that, I've got other books there too. This is one of my other books, Psychic Bob's Book of Wiccan Wisdom. And I'm going to be working on another book. Hopefully it'll get it out for the Christmas season. So definitely check that out too. We'll have more about that. Excuse me, guys. I'm having a little bit of allergies here. But I'm so glad you're here. So anyways, I welcome you to my virtual seance room. Pull up your chairs here. If you were at my house, I'd just have you put chairs here right around my chair in a circle, and we'd have a little seance circle. So you just pull up to your computer and just know that virtually you're here. Okay? I'm so glad you're here. Well, listen, I'm going to go under. I'll see you when I get back. Blessings to you. Thanks for being here. In fact, you know what? Before we get, I'm going to take the lights down. I feel like that helps me go deeper. So hopefully you can still see a little bit of this. Okay, it's kind of dark, but in my house, if you were here, we'd turn the lights out. So we're going to just turn the lights down, and we'll see what the spirit people have. Oh, Fletcher, popping in here. Oh, we're so excited to be with all of you tonight. And there's a lot of vibration floating around the room, and that the conditions are good for our communication tonight. Well, I'll be stepping out of the body. We got some other people here who want to say hello to you. This is Fletcher over and out. I was first exposed to spiritualism. I found myself sitting in rapt awe. I had been invited to a seance by a medium that was local to Cambridge University. And as I sat in the dark room, I saw luminous lights appear. They were spirit lights. They floated about the room, and they amazed all. They were various colours of yellows and greens and blues and reds. At first I hoped this may be an illusion, perhaps a trick of the medium. But as I sat in that seance room, I heard voices of those who I had known speak to me. The first experience with mediumship was with the medium who did what was known as independent voice phenomena. This is when a medium is able to bring forth the voices independent of his body. It is similar to channeling, yet the medium's voices come outside of his body and are not retained within. It is most fascinating and very evidential. In that I heard my grandfather speak to me on my father's side of the family. He came to me and gave me a bit of advice and said, do not give in to excesses. He knew that I had a penchant for alcohol in my youth, and he said, do not give in to excesses, Alfred. He even knew me and addressed me by name and discussed matters of our youth. Of my youth, I should say, when he was still alive. I sat there wondering how could such a thing occur. I believed at that point in the eternal reality of the soul. Yet to actually hear the voice of somebody who had been dead at that point for a few years speak to me directly, it was an amazing experience. It allowed me to have faith, I should say even greater faith,
in the spirit world. And it was that faith that prompted me to continue to explore. I often look back and I say to myself, was my grandfather's message a bit of a warning? For as many of you know, in my later life, it was the excesses of alcohol and opium which destroyed me and took me far from my original inquest. In my younger year, I was very fascinated with these mystical things. All of the occult drew my attention. Though I had not the opportunity to myself become a medium in my life, I did find in that experience of sitting with others great fascination. There are many types of mediums in the world. Our medium, who I'm coming through now, is a channel. He is a trance medium. This is a form of mediumship which takes less strain on the body. And even though it is less strain, we must be very careful that we do not damage his instrument. The human nervous system is very sensitive, and in the case of a medium, it is sensitive to the vibrations of the spirit world more acutely than the average person. This is a blessing and a curse, for it allows us to more easily align ourselves with the medium. It is a curse for the medium in that it is greater chance for danger. There are mediums such as Edgar Cayce, whom I very greatly love here in the spirit world. He is like a teacher to me. But Edgar Cayce has told me that during his life he was warned by various mediums that he was overusing his instrument. Edgar Cayce, like our medium here, was a trance channel. The spirit guides who worked with him would come through him. Mr. Cayce said that he did not wish in some levels to even know who it was that channeled through him. He was an open instrument for whoever cared to come towards him. Many mediums warned him that there would be spirits who would overuse him, and this is so. Unfortunately, over-channeling led to his early demise. He himself has often told me here in the spirit world how he regrets not heeding the advice of those who sought to warn him. Mr. Cayce was an interesting man in that he claimed to be a Christian, even though he practiced spiritualism. There were many in the church, from what he has told me, who rejected him and thought him of the devil. I can assure you Mr. Cayce is not of the devil, nor is he with the devil. In the spirit world, those who serve the spirit are remembered and honored. All of you who are curious, who are questing to know more about your own abilities and to become closer to the spirit world, we find that there is much ample support here. Over here, we eagerly await those who wish to commune with us. If you wish to communicate with our world, all that is necessary is that you seek a direct link. You may call upon me to begin your process. You may say, Alfred, come to me, help me. I shall be most pleased to assist you in your unfoldment. But do not rely solely on me, for each of you have other guides and angels. Every human has at least one spirit guide and at least one angel. But for those of you, and many of you here tonight, are on an advanced path, you have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 spirit guides, and even hundreds of angels at your very beck and call. When you come into the earth, you forget who you are. You forget your calling. You forget all that you knew before. This is necessary in order that you might fully grow in your own consciousness in this time period. If you were overwhelmed by memory of all your lives and remembering heaven, you should miss it greatly and should long to go home so very acutely that you would not make any progress in your soul growth. So the amnesia that is imposed upon you by the spirit world is actually for your own protection and your own growth. But there are inklings throughout your life. Many of you had moments where you said, I felt a presence guiding me. Many of you have said, And I have heard you when you've spoken to me. You said to me, Alfred, have you been with me before? I feel as if I know you. Yes, some of you listening tonight, I have come to you and spoken to you even before this night. Some of you tonight are hearing my voice for the first time, yet somehow you may feel that you know me. I have visited many of you before you even came to this medium. The spirit world is not dependent on any one soul to do our work, yet we are very grateful when there are souls such as this medium who allow us to work through him. But even if this medium were to quit our service, we should continue on our mission. The mission of the spirit world is not bound by any one human's agreement nor disagreement. And so know this, that each of you have the potential within to develop a strong bond. It is your free will that allows us to work with you. We cannot interfere in your journey and be in your world unless you invite us in. So we welcome your invitation. As I sat in the seances throughout my many years of youth at university, I came to understand that this gift of mediumship is truly that. It is a gift from the higher realms. When humans awaken to this gift and their potential, they find great joy and satisfaction in the spiritual work. I was a member also of the Church of England, and when I would speak to the Reverend of my university chapel, I would say, Reverend Sir, I said, I went to a seance last night and I met with my grandfather who was deceased. I used to get quite a bit of hostile reaction. There are many in the organized church who are against the world of spiritualism. They think it is of the devil. Yet I must say I find it most ironic that every Sunday they preach from their pulpits and they say life is eternal. They even quote scripture where they speak of the resurrection of Lazarus, and they speak about Moses and Elijah appearing on Mount Tabor with Jesus. This also was a seance. And if you will research, for those of you who believe in the Christian scriptures, if you will research the gospel, you will find the transfiguration of Christ. Look up this reference, and you will see that not only did Jesus appear in glory, but also with him were Moses and Elijah. It proved that life goes beyond the body. Jesus, when he transfigured, simply revealed his inner light. All of us are this light. Jesus was a medium. Though if you were to say this to many a vicar, you should be very upset with you. But the truth is revealed very evidently in the scriptures. You see, the spirit world is not limited by your belief nor your lack thereof. If you wish to have connection with our world, you shall. We welcome, as I say, the opportunity to work with you. I hope in the coming days you will reach across the divide and test my words, call upon me, ask me to come to you. If you say, Alfred, come to me, I may very well surprise you. Please always be thankful for the mediums who serve the spirit world. They make it possible for us to come more readily and be more closely connected to you. Some of you have already felt the calling of spirit in your life, and you know that your work in the future will be that also of mediumship. Do not be afraid of taking upon yourself the mantle. In so doing, you will bless many lives, and you will bring much help to the world which is forgotten, our world. The spirit world and the earthly realm are meant to work together. Yet many people have forgotten that we even exist. The separation of your world and our world has led to great chaos on the earth. Atheism has risen, faith has declined, and the pure joy of connection has been forgotten. If you were to more readily connect with our world, you would discover that not only are you not alone, but you would discover that there are a whole host of beings here in this world, just waiting to assist you, waiting to help you, wanting to love you. You will never walk alone when you seek our world. Fletcher's asking me to step from the body. He says there are others who wish to speak. My name is Alfred.
Greetings, my dears. This is Rose. Oh, it's such a blessing to be here with all of you. The words that Alfred has spoken tonight give me great joy in my soul. Do you know, throughout my life, I never took the opportunity to sit with mediums and to experience the reality of the spirit world. I hear Alfred's stories as of his youth of attending seances, and I think to myself how many opportunities I bypassed. You know, I had my neighbour who lived close to me, Madge, who was a very devout spiritualist she was. And often she would invite me to sit at her seances, but I never attended. I thought, oh no, I just simply can't be bothered with all of that. Oh, I tell you, I wonder how much more progression my soul would have gained had I dared to step into that world. But make no mistakes, my dear. I can assure you there is a spirit world. You see, the earthly life is very brief. Now, I died because of my own foolishness, as many of you know, killed during a walk that night, struck by a lorry. Yet I lived beyond the death of the body. I suppose I believed in the spiritual world. My vicar always used to talk about it, and I gave lip service to it, I suppose. But I tell you, the reality of finding yourself literally living beyond the body, well, it will take your breath away when you first experience it. Don't let your first experiences with the spirit world be terrifying. Don't be like me and wander in darkness and refuse the help of angels. You see, the secret is, my dears, you don't have to die to have the joy of the spirit world. All you have to do is simply say, as Alfred has told you tonight, welcome us. You see, we want to form a partnership with you. We want to be part of your lives. And you'd find that we're gentle people. At least we hope we are. We try to be. You know, after death, you don't suddenly become a saint, but you are given great opportunities to become the light. I tell you, my dear sir, beings over here in our world, you cannot imagine the brilliance of their light. Every soul glows. On your earth you have a thing called the halogen light. Do you know what I'm speaking of? Some cars have this in their lights. You have seen them before. Well, that pales in comparison to the spiritual light. Yet that light here does not hurt anyone's eyes. The spiritual light is invigorating. It is life force. It invigorates the soul. And if you meditate upon that light, you will absorb it into your own very own soul. Yes, you will. You know, I must be honest, and many of you have heard me say before, that when I first arrived in the spirit world, I felt rather dingy. I didn't feel quite ready to be seen, for I had not developed my soul, and it was rather dim and grey. And when I saw the beings around me with such luminosity, the light that came from them shined. It was brilliant, more brilliant than any of my earthly diamonds, I must say. And I said, oh, I feel so ashamed. I can't even look so beautiful as these souls.
And the guides who brought me over, and Fletcher was there, said, there, dear, chin up, don't be self-condemning. I said, oh, I've become acutely aware of my own lack of glory. And they said, through your efforts, my dear, you can glow brightly. And that day they started me on the path of eternal progression. This is, I suppose, the greatest joy that I discovered upon my arrival here in the spirit world, was that every soul has a chance to progress. You're never condemned or assigned to one reality forever. Oh, my vicar used to say, oh, those souls will be cast off into hell, and that's the end of them. Oh, my dears, I think that somebody greatly misinterpreted the truth of the spirit world. It is true there are the darker realms and the hellish realms, but those are reserved for souls who have true hatred and viciousness. But even there, yes, even there, can progress from there. So when you hear these stories of hellfire and torture, don't be so swayed by them and give up your spiritual life thinking, I can't deal with any of this. Focus on the light. And like myself, no matter where you are in your journey, every day you have a chance to grow and to brighten your soul. And it starts with just simply acknowledging that you have a soul. Let us help you. Let us help you find the light. Pray to God. Pray to your higher power, however you call it. The light over here is all names and no names. And so whatever name you call will be fine. But let love be your guiding factor, and then you will know the light. Well, the light truly is love, and love is the light. Fletcher tells me that the power is starting to fade, and so we do not wish to tax the medium. I am so very honored to have the opportunity to come here tonight. And with Alfred, I send my greetings to you. I feel the power fading, so I'll be stepping out of this medium's body. But I send you my greetings. Call upon me. You will know that I will help you. My name is Rose.
Hey, Tubies. Well, I want to say thank you for being here. I love to channel. Any of you who've ever done trance channeling, you know that it does something. It just lightens up your soul. And I feel really, really good tonight and very empowered. I'm really filled with joy, See, spiritual connection is an experience of joy. That's always been my experience. And I'm just so honored that the spirit people come and visit with us and that I'm given the privilege to connect with them. And I hope this has been of help to you tonight as well. And listen, I just want to remind you, if you love the spiritual work and you like seances and channeling, all of that, you might want to go over to my website. Again, I'll put the link below and pick up a copy of Messages from Rose. She's one of my spirit guides. This tells the story of working with her and my work as a trance medium. That's her picture. Well, guys, listen, thank you for being here. I love you. I'm sending my blessings. Keep it here. Tomorrow is Sunday. I don't know what we're going to do. But I think we'll go somewhere tomorrow. Maybe we'll just go out and have a vlog, go shopping. Sunday's kind of quiet. In August in D.C., Sundays are it's like ghost town. So we'll find some place just to kind of go in and have a little reflection. Anyways, be here tomorrow for that. I love you guys. Sending my blessings. We'll see you here tomorrow. And until then, may you blessed be.